Coral reefs are disappearing faster than most people realize. These ecosystems, often called the rainforests of the ocean, support an enormous range of marine life. But today, they're under intense pressure, and time is running out. The race to save coral reefs isn't just about conservation. It's about whether these ecosystems can survive long enough for solutions to catch up. Start with the core problem: rising ocean temperatures. Corals have a delicate relationship with tiny algae living inside them. These algae provide food and give corals their color. But when water temperatures rise even slightly, this relationship breaks down. Corals expel the algae, turning white, a process known as bleaching. Bleached corals aren't dead immediately, but they're under severe stress. If temperatures return to normal quickly, they can recover. If not, they die. And bleaching events are becoming more frequent. What used to happen once every few decades is now happening every few years in some regions. That doesn't give reefs enough time to recover between events. Next is ocean acidification. As carbon dioxide levels increase in the atmosphere, more of it dissolves into the ocean. This changes the chemistry of seawater, making it more acidic. Corals rely on calcium carbonate to build their skeletons. More acidic water makes it harder for them to form and maintain these structures. Over time, reefs become weaker, slower growing, and more vulnerable. Then there's pollution. Runoff from land, fertilizers, sewage, and chemicals flows into coastal waters. This can lead to algal blooms that block sunlight and reduce oxygen levels. Sediment from construction and deforestation can also cloud the water, preventing corals from getting the light they need. Fishing practices add another layer. Overfishing disrupts the balance of reef ecosystems. Some fish species help control algae growth. When they're removed, algae can overtake coral, making recovery even harder. Destructive fishing methods like blast fishing or cyanide use can physically damage reefs. Tourism, while economically important, can also contribute to stress if not managed properly. Physical contact, pollution, and coastal development all play a role. So the threats are clear. But what about solutions? This is where the race becomes real. Scientists and conservationists are working on multiple approaches, some focused on protection, others on restoration, and some on adaptation. Marine protected areas are one of the most effective tools. By limiting fishing and human activity, these zones allow ecosystems to stabilize and recover. But protection alone isn't enough if global conditions keep changing. That's why restoration efforts are expanding. Coral farming is one method. Fragments of coral are grown in controlled environments and then transplanted back onto reefs. This can help rebuild damaged areas. Another approach is selective breeding. Some corals are naturally more tolerant to heat. Researchers are identifying and cultivating these strains, hoping to create reefs that are more resilient to rising temperatures. There's also work being done with assisted evolution, helping corals adapt faster than they would naturally. These methods are still developing, and scaling them up is a major challenge. You can restore a reef at a small area, but restoring entire ocean systems is much more complex. Technology is playing a role too. Satellites and underwater sensors monitor reef health in real time. AI is being used to analyze patterns and predict bleaching events. This allows for faster response and better planning. But even the most advanced solutions face a fundamental limit. If global temperatures continue to rise, local efforts may not be enough. That's the critical point. Saving coral reefs isn't just a marine issue, it's tied directly to climate change. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions is essential for long-term survival. Without that, reefs will continue to face conditions beyond what they can tolerate. Now, consider what's at stake. Coral reefs support about a quarter of all marine species. They provide food, income, and coastal protection for hundreds of millions of people. They act as natural barriers, reducing wave energy and protecting shorelines from erosion and storms. Lose the reefs, and those protections weaken. There's also an economic impact. Fishing, tourism, and coastal industries all depend on healthy reefs. Their decline affects livelihoods and local economies. But beyond economics, there's a biodiversity loss that can't be easily replaced. Reefs are complex systems built over thousands of years. Once lost, they don't quickly come back. So the race to save coral reefs is really a race against time and against multiple overlapping pressures. There's progress, there are solutions, but they need to scale quickly and work together. Because in the end, coral reefs can survive, but only if the conditions around them change fast enough to give them a chance.